My god. Anyways, yo YouTube, what's up? um, this is your girl Michelle, who's bringing a bit of a topic discussion, today. I made a thought, made some, time, and, so my biggest devotion today, um, is the fact that, now, no disrespect to any of my friends who play BR. Some of you know Battle Royale, BR. And as of lately, it just seems like it's been the same. Um, continually over and over and over again. And and um, how do I put it? Being as it has been, um, being how has it been? I took a devotion in time. Sorry, I just had to adjust some stuff. So I took a devotion time into where my devotion's gonna go to. You know, I'm. It's getting to the point of my life where, before I go any further into this video, please leave the channel. Please leave this video. I mean, and go watch another video. This video is not going to be suited for some who may find it offensive in a way that I've already made a decision to where I'm going as far as as far as games go in general. Where my path is going to lead me to, and future endeavors to YouTube and everything else. Well, as of recent, and it comes down without saying, the majority of the games I've played over the years, whether if it was zombie games, racing games, even like For Honor, which I've done in the past, and every time I hear of Battle Royale and esports, it pretty much ruins everything. I actually stopped playing a lot of first-person shooter games for a lot of reasons. You have some people who are just sweaty tryhards who are trying to do everything and anything they can to be cheap, so they can get easy kills. Case point, no disrespect to my friends who play Battle Royale, but my whole thoughts of this whole situation has been pretty much, as far as like I know, I'm not being salty, which I'm pretty much more nice. I don't really. I know that sometimes I don't talk much in my videos, but that's all gonna change. My opinions, my thoughts, my expressions. That's all gonna be changing after today, after this video, and what I want to put out there now. I don't want to disrespect fans who play Battle Royale, but those who play Battle Royale, it's Battle Royale to me is a game that's gonna die out. It's pretty much a fad. Um, Everybody, some people don't like Battle Royale because the whole thing with Fortnite when Epic Games came out. Then we had PUBG, and now we have a few other games that are coming out. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest. um, I actually one night, being a Warframe player, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest before I get into what I'm about to say. I actually played Apex Legends. I actually did not enjoy the game. I think that Apex Legends, don't get me wrong, I mean, there's some people who like Apex Legends, but in the truth and the sheer honesty, it comes down to this. It comes down to Apex Legends is a spin-off between Fortnite and Borderlands. Now, I'll be perfectly honest in my perspective. The years of playing Borderlands, the first one, not the second, and not the pre-sequel.
Operator,
In
I
light of
found
everything,
diagnostic regressions.
when I
All
started
systems
playing
nominal. You don't need to
a game I actually truly enjoy, and I know, some people may think that what I'm going to get to here now is the fact that me being who I am, I'm usually picky. Don't get me wrong. I used to play zombie games. Used to play the piss out of them. I had played the piss out of For Honor, not too much, but just a little bit. And I come to a final decision that as of now, I know some people are gonna think I'm like something wrong with me here, but I came to a final decision that I'm going to be playing a lot more of Warframe. Now, to be perfectly honest with you here, the reason why I made this decision about playing Warframe is because it's a game I enjoy. It's actually a game I like. I don't, I know at times I could bitch about the farming or, whatever the case may be, but I'd rather play Warframe than play a BR game or Battle Royale, if you want to put it that way. And the Battle Royale games, to me, as far as I know, they've been nothing. They pretty much it's all the same. And the reason why now I'm going to get into something here that's really going to be bad. Esports had pretty much ruined Call of Duty, has ruined a lot of the Battle Royale games, a lot of the games that are not non-Battle Royale. And I believe that, because of the times have changed and everything else, that's where, you have like too many sweaty tryhards who are going in, who are trying to do more. They're trying to like think that they could get into esports. They're trying way too hard. And even like in Warframe at times, okay, I get a couple of tryhards. I join into a couple groups and I get a couple of tryhards.
There's a time limited mission
But
alert available.
it's
Check
not
navigation.
it's really not about me, complaining or being salty. It's just my thoughts and my opinions of over the years of the games I played, multiple games. Back when we had the first Nintendo, which, I'm going to date myself here because I'm somebody who's in their mid-40s, I'll be perfectly honest, I'm somebody who's in their 40s. And, playing the games I played back many years ago, playing competitively back then was an enjoyment. You used to get around with your friends, whether if you had a Nintendo Entertainment System, a Sega, Super NES, Neo Geo, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. And then when you get into the newer games, Battle Royale, you generally lose the feeling of, if I want to really go further back, I could have added ColecoVision and Atari. Just to name a few. And years ago, see, I might be an old school kind of gamer who had enjoyed those things back in the past. But when for somebody like me who's in their 40s, loses the interest of playing games that aren't, to one's liking. And I'm sure there's some of you people out there who actually have played games that they may or may not have liked. For an example, I always, never, ever, not once in my life, and this goes without saying, I've never once played a game from EA. Well, Apex was, but the thing is, I didn't realize it was from EA. I played The Sims that was from EA, but the thing is, what I'm trying to get at, I never kept an EA game in my house. I actually used to play a lot more Capcom, Konami, pretty much Capcom, Konami. This is the first time for me with DE, with Warframe, and where my thoughts and opinions on that are just at Warframe right now, because somebody like me, who's, reiterate, in my 40s, rather farm, do what I need to do, and, enjoy Warframe. I like playing Monster Hunter World. Okay, I know there's some Monster Hunter World gamers out there who are like, well, you played Monster Hunter World. It's like, yeah, I do, and I know I'm contradicting it, but the reason why I haven't played Monster Hunter World is because I'm waiting for the new DLC to come out, the new expansion, which is coming out in October of 2019 of this year. So, for now, I'm just taking a bit of a break from Monster Hunter World. Just temporary. But once I finish the expansion, I'm jumping back on the Warframe. I've actually devoted a lot of time, a lot of effort into Warframe. Had changed my clan, changed how many people I have in my clan, which, being a Ghost Rank level 3 clan right now, because I only have like me and about 10 other people. And the thing is, being a founder for the Huntress clan in Warframe, I have a lot more to look forward to. I have a lot more to do and farm. I try to be there as much as I possibly can, which I'm always on, and whenever my clanmates come on, I try to help them out as much as possible. So I pretty much had devoted my time into Warframe, and to top it off, I know I've been, not doing a lot of videos on YouTube because I'm trying to go back into a government job. I've actually, believe it or not, the reason why I'm doing these YouTube videos, and here's the reason, some of you may not know. I'm trying to go back to school, trying to get into the, I'm going back to school, but I'm trying to get back into working for the U.S. government. Gonna just take the training again. I'm going for aviation, just to put it out there. And hopefully by making these YouTube videos, I can actually generate enough money to go back to school. I know I'm, like I said, in my 40s, and why is somebody like me going back to school? Well, let me put it this way. There's some people that have asked me that question, why I'm going back now, after, 20-something years. And doing a YouTube video, doing Warframe, where it goes back down to, and why I'm devoting my life to Warframe. I know some people think it's kind of hokey, I'm doing it that way, but the truth of the matter is, trying to get the revenue built on YouTube, getting the viewers, getting the subscribers, a lot of things that are going on. But I'm not looking to be like the next Ninja, which everybody knows. As far as like what's happened to Ninja, and from what I've heard and saw, Ninja's sidestepping from what he normally had done with Fortnite. But in other notes, that pretty much covers everything for the video. But I should be on later today. I don't know what time. If you've subscribed to my channel, click on that notification button. Click on the like button if you happen to like the video. And pretty much, I think that'll be pretty much covering everything. Just to give you a rundown to exactly how much time I spent really quick. As you can tell, yes, I'm actually at level 4 with my new Loka faction. My goal was to get the Hydroid Prime system so I can max out that faction with New Loka. So for now, it's not going to be happening anytime soon. As you can tell, I got the little icon there. And if you decide to go get the Dragon Pack for your Warframe, just on another side note, don't do it. It's a waste of money. There's a lot of things here I've done, in Warframe. Like, as you can tell, what's over here in the Foundry. Of course, you can tell I got my Bratton Prime. I do have, and the reason why I'm on my Zephyr is take a break on my main Garuda. So you can tell I got my Bratton Prime. And, of course, I'm going to be working on the Paris Prime after the Bratton, trying to go up to rank 12 so I can actually be a little bit more better at, what I'm doing. So right now, just a brief summary. I have invested so much time in Oberon, which he'll actually be... Yes, and I'm working on Valkyr now. So I have all the parts for Valkyr Prime, and that's just about done. So what's going to happen is, because now I have Oberon being in the works, he'll be leveled, and then I'm going to start working on building up on Valkyr. Same thing for a Hydroid Triton helmet, which this just dropped today. And my Oberon is going to take another day or two. 72 hours, which I kind of feel like that should be less than 72 hours. Equivalent of 2 days, which I think they should cut that in half. Maybe a day to actually make Oberon. As you can tell, I'm making a lot of Forma. Which...
Operator, my foundry has completed a new item.
And I'm going to just claim this real quick, and I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. But right now, as you can tell, this is the time I've spent doing a lot on Warframe. And I'd rather have my devoted time more focused on Warframe, which some of you who are fellow Tenno would, are probably happy about that, I'm actually spending more time with the Warframe, on Warframe, I should say. So as you can tell, I did this, I'll be perfectly honest about this. My biggest gripe about Atlas, doing his, doing Atlas components and stuff. I mean, the quest is not really worth it. It's really sad that, with the Atlas quest, you gotta keep farming those Paralphic pods, I think. Am I pronouncing it right? But if not, you could just leave it in the comments below. So as you can tell, yeah, I kind of started doing Frost. I got 2 out of the 3 parts, which I still have to get the systems. I need to get the Orc and the reactor, not the cell, but the reactor. For him, I still have to get Hydroid, which this has been eluding me right here too with the Prime systems. I can't tell you how many times I've actually tried to get the stupid thing, and yet it hasn't showed. And then if I go on the bottom, of course, I got the Kagak Prime. I guess I'm pronouncing that right, or I might be pronouncing it wrong. Over here, I got Limbo. I got the Limbo Prime systems, but I have no intentions of doing Limbo. I actually have him, the regular Limbo, but he's not very... I just cannot get into using him. So as you can tell, I have mostly all this stuff here, which I could sell the parts for roughly about, I'd say about probably 20 to 30 platinum. But I might hold on to these and give them to somebody who I know would need them, which I have an idea who it's going to be, but they'll come into a later episode. Of course, I finished the Glass Gambit quest last night. A little help with a friend of mine. We ended up doing the Glass Gambit, but I did the last part of it where you had to hack the computers and then you had to save the girl. And I actually, believe it or not, the funny thing is when I saved the girl, Niwa, I actually cured her. So, so it was really good to actually do that. Even though I'm a neutral based Warframe, though my neutral stance and everything, of course, Nyx, regular Nyx systems, which I already have Nyx. And if I keep going down to the bottom, I never really did the Razorback Cipher. Never will either. I found some of the missions kind of boring. And the last thing I need here for this, for my Oberon, I want to make him a guardian, almost like a guardian, but a gatekeeper. And as far as anything in silver, a Geas Prime, the guard is the one thing I need, which I will eventually run into. It's going to be a matter of time. Now, as you can tell, I'm starting up on Valkyr Prime. So, at some point, I know this is kind of ridiculous right here. Because the one thing I don't understand is 15,000 for the Palmer bundle, just to make the systems. The chassis is not a big deal. Neither is this. I mean, the farm the Nithian extract, which is not too bad. But once I get Valkyr built here, I'll have 8 Prime Warframes and more reactors I'm going to have to buy. Zephyr Prime, pretty much I had gotten by sheer luck. And pretty much is all the Fisher missions. The ones I've lucked out so far, really quick, and when I said devoted my time into the game, like pretty much, I'm not going to talk about Trinity because Trinity, DE or Warframe.com sent me that one as a blade screw up on their part. I'm not going to count Nova because I bought her. But the ones that I will count, mostly. Now, this one I'm not going to count Mirage here because she was gifted to me right before Christmas. She was gifted to me December 23rd of 2018. Umbra I did on my own, so we don't count him. So anyways, the only two that... No, I'm sorry. No. Wait. No, Banshee was gifted to me. Sorry, not Mirage. So Mirage was... Actually, no, Mirage was also gifted to me as well. So 2 gifted. Chroma was the one I actually pretty much did on my own. So I have Banshee and Mirage were gifted to me. Zephyr I did on my own. Of course, you could tell I have the 2 kinds. I got the, everybody knows the Clan Dojo Zephyr. And I never use her as a main. I actually just take the regular Prime certain ones. And I just kind of just build them and just do it that way. But, as far as like Zephyr Prime, she's been very good. Very agile, but hard to control at times when you jump. Trinity, like I said, that was not too bad. I mean, she's a good energy vampire. And of course, Octavia I bought. Hydroid, I didn't really farm. I built him, but I'm not crazy about Limbo. So pretty much I almost have everything on my list right now. What I own is almost like level 30 except for Limbo. And I'm not very good with him, but I guess, you have to learn somehow. So I've been learning with him a little bit. Ember, I don't remember if I bought her or not. I don't remember. I think I did buy her. I don't remember what the reason was why I bought her. Excalibur Umbra, not too bad. He's actually pretty good. He was already level maxed when I had built him, so. And then of course my Garuda, my main character, my main go-to and lunge attack, which I should be back on her, only because I can actually do more with her. It's funny, I actually mastered a very interesting technique. In my last video, I actually did one where I made her slide and she was doing strikes, and it was really nice. She, for her to do what she does and why she's been my main for the most part is because I actually have a very good feel of how she works and how she actually does. But the reason why I took a break from her was only because of that. And right now I'm not going to do any missions. Just want to show you real quick briefly on what I've invested in my time and my decision on what I did for Warframe. But anyways, this is your girl Michelle. I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness. Like I said, click the link below for notifications, subscribe, and if you like other videos of me doing Warframe, please check them out.
Operator, my foundry system has completed a build.
Hopefully by then, I'll have more Warframes, more Prime Warframes than I do normal. Anyways, I'm going to let Garuda say goodbye. I know it's kind of interesting when you have to make your own Warframe kind of like say goodbye or something, but I'll have Garuda say goodbye, well, the best she can.
New alert marked on navigation.
So till then, stay tuned, and I'll see you then.